What is going on, Preposterous fans? This is PreposterouSpraq here, finally back with another video after about a month or so without actually uploading a commentary of any sorts of anything. But anyway, today we have tons of reviews and a short unboxing, and hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about a few things. One of those is Advanced Warfare reviews, a HyperX Cloud headset that I've unboxed about a month ago or so, and an unboxing and review of a Bluetooth headset that I've recently got. And we're also going to be talking about the new YouTube 60 frames per second that they are finally rolling out. So first off, we have Advanced Warfare. Okay, this review is going to be based off stories, visuals, gameplays, and server connections. And for each category, I will be giving a score from 0 to 100, and the average will determine the game's score based off the importance of that selections. Okay, so this is how it's going to work. Stories, the storyline of video games will be 30% of the total rating. The visuals will be worth 15% of the total rating. Gameplay will be worth 30%. Server connections will be worth 25%. If that game does not have any server connections or online gameplay of any sort, then gameplay will be worth 55% of that selection. So the storyline of Advanced Warfare is interesting. At some points in the game, it is actually funny with the dialogue that Sledgehammer Games put in. I'm almost half tempted to just go back and look at a few things, like this one instance where we were doing the Aftermath chapter or whatever. There was this dialogue in there like, man, I can't believe this is Detroit, and another soldier says, well, it hasn't changed at all, which I think is kind of funny because Detroit is a pretty messed up city to be in. So I just, I thought that was kind of hilarious that they put in there. But I'm going to try to keep this short since I have a lot of stuff to go through. So the score that the storyline will be given is an 80 out of 100, which will give the score a 24 if you would divide that by the 30% that I talked about earlier. So the total score is 24 for the storyline. Now the visuals is next, with the resolutions and textures are great in this Call of Duty, better than Call of Duty Ghosts, I have to say, because in Call of Duty Ghosts that game might have been 1080p, but there's no way, absolutely no way that those textures were upholding that 1080p resolution. It looks like they were stretched from the 7th gen consoles just to make them work for the current gen consoles. So I can tell that Sledgehammer actually put in some more detail into these textures and actually make them look a little bit more higher resolution than Call of Duty Ghost textures were. And for that, I will go ahead and give them a 95 out of 100, which will give them a score of 14.25. Sorry. So in the gameplay of this game, it is completely different from any other Call of Duty that I've played for the past 2 years of Call of Duty. My first Call of Duty was Modern Warfare 3, and then Black Ops 2, then Ghosts, and then this. So out of those 4 games, this game has actually felt somewhat different, obviously, for all the jumping and boosting and craziness that goes on. I haven't played Halo, so I can't really, compare this to Halo anyway, but I do know Halo has obviously done this before, but this is not a copycat rant. This is a review of what Call of Duty has done and how Sledgehammer brought this new movement style into Call of Duty. What's my opinions on this? I think they did a good job. The button layout is smooth. It's very easy to get used to. I'm gonna have to get this out. It's just so much fun to just hop from place to place, jump, and it makes the game feel a whole lot faster and just a whole lot more fun to actually pick up and play. It's actually so much fun that I actually tried playing an older Call of Duty game today, and I was trying to freaking boost jump and double jump and jump over stuff, and it wasn't really working. I was just like, wait a minute, hold on, what the heck, it's not working. So what they put into this Advanced Warfare game really will make an impact on how gameplay is gotten and how gameplay actually works. And so for the gameplay, I can't help to give a full 100 out of 100 for this, for just how awesome this game is put together and made for the gameplay side of things, which means for the score they got a total score of 30. Now the only thing I have to complain about is the server connections. Okay, I have internet speeds of 120 down, 20 up, and for some reason I still find myself lagging, and still it's frustrating because I've had Call of Duty for many years and they still cannot figure out how to get people into the correct lobbies so everyone can have a smooth game 100% of the time. Just makes no sense to me how you can have a game that's been lasting for 5 years plus and still have not tackled this connection problem. I just think it's an epic fail on their part that they spent so much time working on other things when they could have also been working on this. Since this is a huge thing for Call of Duty, mostly people play the online multiplayer, so it makes sense to work on that more than work on other things. So for the connection problems that they still have, I'm going to have to give them a 50 out of 100, which means their total score of connections is 12.5. So the total score of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, if you add up all the total scores that I've been talking about, which is taking the whatever they got out of 100 and timesing that by the percentage, the total score of Advanced Warfare is an 81 out of 100, which means it's a B minus. If they were to fix those connection problems, it would give them an extra 12 points, or 12.5 points to be exact, to bring their score up to an A minus. So hopefully they can work out sometime within the next year or before the next Call of Duty game comes out and actually tackle this connection problem so no one, thank you phone, can be so everyone can have a perfect and smooth time playing online. So next up is the HyperX Cloud gaming headset that I got over a month ago and I did an unboxing of. I got this for about 80 bucks. It was on sale, and for these type of product reviews I will do something similar to the Call of Duty review where there's a percentage taken out for a total overall average score. So with product reviews and things like this, the categories will be ease of use, comfort, and sound quality and style. So ease of use is 30% of the score, comfort is 40, sound quality is 20, and style is 10%. So this headset is really easy to use. All I did is unbox it, plug it into my controller on PS4, and you're good to go. There's no settings to mess around with on the controller. It's very simple. You would obviously have to go into your system settings and change sound into where you want to be at, but overall the ease of use is very simple, plug and play. For that, it's 100 out of 100, which means I got a score of 30. Now, as it was easy to set up, the comfortability is hurt by the mass amount of wires there are to mess around with. I think there's probably 15 feet or whatever of wire that's connected straight to the controller. You cannot unplug this wire, so you are stuck with this wire even if you're using it on a controller. It means you have about 10 or 15 feet of cord just between you and your controller, which is really uncomfortable to try to place, because you're like, well, all I need is probably like 2 feet and you'll be good, but no, you're stuck with 10, so you got to figure out a way to have a tail of wire behind you or beside you or underneath you or whatever when you're playing with the console or with the controller on a computer. But if you're just playing it as a computer, if you have a computer somewhere else and not necessarily close to you, then this will be an easy for you to deal with. But if you have a controller connected to it, then it's just gonna be a hassle and it's not really comfortable to actually handle with a bunch of wire just pulling on you. But other than the wire part, the headphone side of things, the actual headphone set is really good, wearable for a long period of time, and and just for the sheer comfortability of the headset itself, I will give it a 75 out of 100, which means its score is a 30. For the sound quality side of things, the sound quality is great for the price that I've got it for. It cuts out noise around you, which is great, because you don't hear anything aside around you leaking into your actual gameplay sound. It has great bass. It just sounds really good to play games on so far. So for that, I will give it a 95 out of 100, which means it gets a score of 19. And for the style, it's really good, nice, kind of bulky, but you know, it's still sleek to look at, nice to put on your head, very sweet. So it has like metallic ear covers, you know, on the side of the ears, and just has a strong buff feeling, and I quite love it like that. So for the style of things, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9. So the overall score of this headset is 88 out of 100, which means it gets a B+. Alright, so here's the unboxing. It's going to be kind of short or kind of fast, since I'm kind of putting a background gameplay into this, and then I'm cutting this into the background of that gameplay. So while it's doing the unboxing, I'll go ahead and give it the review at the same time. So this headset is made by Photiv, and it's the... I lost the box here for a second. Where did I put that box at? It's the PHBT-H3 style Bluetooth headphones from Photiv, and they are decent headset. This is a decent headset. This grading scale for this headset will be the same as the last headset. You know, ease of use, comfortability, sound quality, and style. So to start off with the ease of use, it's just like the last one. You get it out of the box, turn it on, sync it to your Bluetooth device, and it works. Simple enough. No settings to mess with, nothing too hassle, easy enough for the person who just wants to get up and go. So for as simple as that, as always, you know, if it's simple, good to go. It gets 100 out of 100, which means it gets a score of 30. For the comfort, I would have to give a 90 out of 100. It has nice big over-the-ear headphones, which is nice. That gives a plus. That gives it a plus for me, and I can wear it for 8 hours plus at work, because pretty much where I use it at. Cause since I deal with my hands a lot, I don't want to have a wire going from me to my phone. I used to have it before, going underneath my shirt, but you know, there's still a wire there, and if it gets hit, you know, something hits it, it could ruin that wire. So Bluetooth headsets are good enough for me at work, and plus I can leave my phone out and charge it. So that's a plus side about Bluetooth headsets. So I can wear it for 8 hours plus without major irritations, and that's really good for me. So the score for the comfort, I will be a 36. The sound quality for the Bluetooth heads for this particular Bluetooth headset is decent. I'll give it an 80 out of 100. It's not the best sound quality, but it does its job well for the price that I got it for, which was $50. So for that, I'm gonna have to give it an 80 out of 100, as I said, which will be a score of 16. The style, it's generic, good enough for use in public places. You won't be embarrassed out in public with this headset. It kind of has a metallic side to it, but it's not full metallic. It feels like plastic and aluminum, one of those two. So it's not really a standout thick metallic look, metallic feel, but it looks really nice. So for the style of it, I'll go ahead and give it a 90 out of 100, which is a score of 9. So these Bluetooth headphones scored at 91 out of 100, which is an A-. So if you are looking for a Bluetooth headset, this will be one for you to pick up. I think it's still on sale for $50 from 130 or something like that on Amazon. So you can go ahead and and look into that if you want to go ahead and buy this particular thing of this particular headset. So for the YouTube side of things, I realized that YouTube now has rolled out 60 FPS playback, and I'll do my best to keep up with the maximum qualities that YouTube can have, but as of now I don't have the hardware to do so. So I'll do the best I can to upload 60 FPS 1080p videos or 720p videos, but my hardware is limited, so I probably won't do it 100% of the time. My CPU is not very powerful enough. It takes forever to do a 1080p 60 frames per second video. Did an upload test of it, and you can go ahead and go on my previous videos, or I'll link it down below or something, and you go ahead and check that out. Tell me what you think, but that video took nearly 12 hours with editing. Editing probably only took half an hour, so if that. So it took nearly 30-40 minutes to, I probably exaggerated on 12-hour part, but it took nearly 40 minutes to render, and about I want to say about 20 minutes or so to upload, so around an hour. I extremely exaggerated there, but it seemed like it took forever. So until I get a better CPU, your 60 FPS playback on my channel will be limited on videos. But hopefully you found this video entertaining and informational with all the reviews that I've done on this one particular video. So if you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. You guys have a good day or good night, depending on what time you're watching this. Thank you, and goodbye.